everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about my Mila Dungarees. I'm very happy, although disclaimer, my, what are they called? Dungaree buckles haven't arrived. I thought I had some, so I didn't order any because I was like, oh, I've got some somewhere, and then I went back to the house, looked through all my storage boxes, couldn't find them anywhere, then realised that I probably have made so many dungaree dresses and things like that that I haven't got any. So I ordered them on Amazon and they haven't arrived, so they're safety pinned. But you know, it's fine, like everything else is done. So they are safety pinned at the moment, but I am so happy with them because it's not 100% finished. I haven't got any full length photos to show you, but what I'm thinking is when the buckles arrive, hopefully either tomorrow or Monday, I will take some blog photos and then I'll put them on my blog, and then you can sort of see full length pictures. So today in this video I just sort of thought I'd show you a few different things, talk a bit about the pattern and anything that I did struggle with, and then hopefully I'll give you the confidence to go and buy the pattern yourself and have a go, because I just love it. This is my first pair of dungarees that I've ever made, which is weird because I love dungarees. I think in my previous video I did mention that I do love dungarees and my boyfriend hates dungarees, so that's not the reason why I've never worn them. But I just don't own any and I've never made any, and I just feel like they're the perfect all-in-one outfit. You just shove a top on underneath and it looks great. I also think there's so many different dungaree styles. There's something for everyone. So this dungaree pattern is of course the Tilly and the Buttons Mila. This is the pattern here. Now this is quite a slim fitting dungaree pattern, so the trousers are quite slim. You do use like a stretch fabric instead of, say, I don't know, denim, like without any stretch. A stretch fabric, use a stretch fabric. And I have gone for a stretch needle cord, which I got from Minerva crafts, and it's in this like silvery blue and it's sparkly. I don't know if you can see that in the light, but it's glittery. I mean, glitter in a dungarees, you just can't get better than that. Also I should apologise for the lighting, it's very dark and it's very late, so I had to put the big lights on. But hopefully you can see the glitter more clearly. You will have noticed also that I have added two patches to my dungarees. These are from Nikki McWilliams, and I've had them for quite a while. I think my friend bought them for me for a birthday a while ago, and I absolutely love them. And I thought these were the perfect colours to go with this dungarees. The fabric is a stretch needle cord with glitter in it from Minerva crafts, patches from Nikki McWilliams. The jeans buttons I either got from Minerva crafts or Amazon, I can't remember, but I've used like patterned ones here that are slightly larger, and then I don't know if you can see, but on the sides I've used plain ones because I thought that they'd look slightly, I don't know why I use plain ones, but they were slightly smaller and I just thought they'd look quite neat on the sides. Again, it's really hard to show you because I haven't got any full length photos, but once I've done my blog photos and a post, I'll put the link in the description, hopefully next week sometime, so you can see all the details. Right, back to the pattern. So there wasn't anything too tricky in this pattern. I will say, it does say for confident beginners, and I will say that that is quite true. There's nothing in it that's overcomplicated. There's just a lot of elements that build up. So if you've never made trousers before, you might struggle with this because not only are you making trousers, but you're making the button tabs for the sides, and you're sort of matching like a separate waistband on top of that. It's not difficult, and if you read the instructions clearly, they are really easy to follow, but there are a lot of different elements that sort of then suddenly turn into a finished dungarees. And I will admit, I was doing this maybe like for an hour here and there in the evenings, after I'd sort of finished doing other work and other projects. So after I finished dinner, I'd sort of sit down, then I'd do a little bit, and then I'd do half an hour here and half an hour here. Don't do that because it takes way longer. But there were a lot of little things that I was doing, and then suddenly today I was like, oh my god, it's done. Like, all I need is the buckles. And then I was like, oh wow, that was actually really quick to come together. So there is sort of like quite a lot of work to build up, and then it suddenly just like turns into dungarees, which is like a really good feeling. So don't get overwhelmed by it, but if you're a beginner and you've never sewn anything before, maybe try something a bit simpler before you get this pattern, because even though it's great, it may scare you. Any bad things about this pattern? No, but I did struggle with the button tabs slightly. Sewing them, easy. Putting the buttons on themselves, buttonholes, I find that quite easy anyway. But when it's on me, I feel like it ruffles underneath. And I think that's the thickness of like the interfaced button tabs against the thickness of the needle cord as well. So I've chosen quite heavy fabric. So once you've got the interface to give it stability on that as well, it is quite thick. So it does sort of like catch slightly on the sides. I don't know if that's just something that you get with button tabs anyway. I've never had any outfit with buttons like on the hips. It is actually a great thing to have to get clothes on and off, especially a dungarees, because normally like the hips of a dungarees are quite wide, so you sort of just undo these bits, climb into it and then do it up. But because these are quite fitted, the button tabs sort of sit quite close to your waist and your hips, so it's more slim fitting, which I do quite like. But I might have done something wrong in flattening out my fabric and doing a little cover stitch underneath to keep it neat, that has now meant that it's quite like stiff in that area, so it doesn't sit right on my body. Again, you'll probably notice it in the full length photos when I get those done. But apart from that, I am so happy with this. I think also I'm extra excited because I did choose a really, really good fabric. Will I make this again? Definitely. I think in like a stretch denim would be quite nice. I have actually got that other quick sew dungaree pattern to do with the fabric from myfabrics.co.uk, so I'm really, really looking forward to doing that one. And I'm changing that pattern slightly to have like a looser fit dungaree, so it'll be good to compare the two and which style I like best. But for my first ever pair of dungarees, I really enjoyed making them, which, you know, is a bonus, and they look really, really good on. So yeah, I'm just really happy, and they're so comfy, and the measurements are very true to size. So the measurements where you measure your natural body shape to start with, and then the finished measurements are very accurate. So please look at that before you make it, because if you want a slim fit dungarees, you actually want it to be slim fitting and not baggy in places. But I think even on like the bum area, in something like a dungarees, I think it can make your bum look a bit like flat. But because the shape of these actually, I don't know how to put this nicely, it actually fits my bum quite well, and I don't have a big bum in the slightest, so this dungaree pattern doesn't make me look like I've got no bum. That's what I'm trying to say. It looks fine, in my opinion. You might disagree when you see the blog photos, but I think it fits quite nicely. It's no different to like my skinny jeans that I wear, so that makes me very happy. But yeah, I'm sorry for like this very quick chatty video, but I just wanted to show you because I was really, really excited to show you. I needed a video because, as you probably have noticed, I didn't do one last week because time got away with me. We're still in the in-laws annex, which is lovely, but we're still not home, and to be honest, I don't think we're going to be home for another 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, I don't know. But Luna's doing well, if any of you wanted to know. You probably didn't, but she is. But yeah, there's a lot going on. I'm still sewing, I'm still doing orders, I'm still running a business from a dining table. It's just a bit crazy. So please forgive me for the bad lighting, the colour, a bit dishevelled look. But I got excited about my Mila Dungarees and I wanted to share it. So thank you for listening. and hopefully I will have another video for you next week. If not, I will put the link to the blog post about this when it's done in the description, then you can go and have a look at that. So I hope you're all well and all your sewing projects are going well, and I will hopefully see you next week for another video. Happy handmade, everyone.